you can see today, I'm joined by two beautiful ladies. And to my, this is my what? My right?
Sheila.
To my left?
Lavender.
And together they make up the Cherriessprinkles team. They have an online bakery. Just check it out. It's called Cherriessprinkles. I will put the link to their page down below, as well as their personal Instagram pages. This is Sheila Ngele and Lavender Muraji. So I've known Lavender ever since I was in high school, and she's been a friend of mine ever since. And then that's how I got introduced to Sheila. Sheila is her cousin, and we are all just one big group of friends. And this is Sheila's house, by the way. Yendo alitukaribisha leo. I personally am not so good with pastries. That's why I reached out to them, and also just to give them a shout out on my page. Kindly just reach out to them. They have the most amazing cakes. Mkiniona mahali pa chakula, it's a tick 100, like at more than 100. Best cake, best chapatis. All right. So today and chicken. Yes, we did some chicken today as well. All right. So I'm just going to allow you guys to now watch the video. Tuache mohahe mingi, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Oh, this is Howie. Huyu ni mtoto wetu mwenye ananikataa. Amenikataa, like he doesn't want me. This is our son. Ni mtoto wetu wote, but alitoka kwa mwili ya Sheila, but yeah, takes a bill, right? Sema hi. Sema hi. Sema hi. Now. This is a pressure cooker for cooking the chicken kienyeji. We're going to do chicken kienyeji and chapati in this video. However, you do not need a pressure cooker to do the kienyeji chicken, and I will explain as we go along. Look at those beautiful layered chapatis. Yes, that's what it's called. So now you need to add about 750 ml quantity of flour, 50 ml many grams, I think it's the same, and then add about 4 handfuls of sugar, and I believe this would be about a tablespoon of salt, and then just mix it all up together. Make sure you start with the dry ingredients first. Yes, so as you have seen, flour, sugar, and some salt. In the meantime, as you're mixing, make sure you're boiling some water, because we would need some water. The water being used in this video is between lukewarm and hot. It's almost hot, but it's not. And then just mix everything up. Start doing the kneading. Ama ni kukanda, yeah. So just start kukanda hiyo unga pamoja na maji and all the other ingredients. Just mix them all up until they form one big paste. As you go along, it is important to continue adding handfuls of the flour. And this is chapati flour, basically. So just mix in handfuls until you're comfortable with the texture. Also, don't mix in too much. The way to know you're mixing in too much is if the flour does not blend with the dough that you're already kneading. So the flour needs to like really mix in together with the dough. All right. So if you see that it's not mixing in well, you've overdone it. So that is the paste, as you can see. Now this is expert kneading. Ini kukanda ya experts. Awa kina Sheila, they are very good at this, by the way. It's like expert kneading. Do you see how she's doing it? Damn, like I can't even do it. Siwezi fanya hivi kama ni mimi. Like, check it too. A moment of silence for this expert kneading. So you want to knead until the dough stops being sticky. As you can see here, it's not sticking to her hands or to the surface anymore. It's just a big ball of dough. Put it back in the bowl that you were kneading in first. Urudishe kwa ile bowl yenye ulikuwa unakanda. And then Sheila suggested, as you're adding the oil, don't overdo it, but also don't underdo it. Give it the amount of oil that it requires, but also don't overdo it. Yeah, I believe you can just measure with your eyes. We covered it with some cling film. You can use paper, makaratasi ya plastic, and then we covered it with that cloth. So next thing is the chicken. As I told you, you don't need a pressure cooker to cook the kienyeji chicken. You can just put it in a sufuria and let it boil. Do about 5 to 6 cups and do it gradually. Don't do it all at once. Don't just pour in your majority at once. Just let it boil gradually. But for this pressure cooker, I believe it was about the same amount of water, and the chicken was put in there for about 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah. And be careful, please. A pressure cooker, I was advised, is very dangerous. So be careful as you are removing the chicken from the cooker. The next thing is to dry the chicken before you put the onions. I unfortunately didn't film that part when I was drying the chicken. So first dry it. As you can see, it has a brown texture, and that is from drying. Basically, kuikausha tu na mafuta ndani ya sufuria. Let it simmer there for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then add in the onions. Yeah, so just turn it, zungusha, and let the onions cook. That is some garlic. Me and garlic are friends. We shall never be enemies, never ever. Next thing, just put in some tomatoes. Don't leave out the tomato juice. You see the juice that the tomato is leaving on the chopping board? Scrap it off and let it join the rest of the gang. It's usually really nice. It adds a little bit of zest to the food. Yeah, and then that's about 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups, and the 5th one. Oh, there wasn't a 5th one. That is some salt. Whatever I was adding there was chicken broth. That is the water that was from cooking the chicken in the pressure cooker. We are going to get back to the chapatis. So after about 30 minutes, you can get your dough. Split it into 4 parts. However, depending on the quantity of dough you have, you can split it into 4 portions. You can do probably 2, 3, 4, just depending on the quantity of dough that you have. But here we're doing 4 portions. Yes, and then we're going to start the process of actually cooking the chapatis. At this point, Sheila also suggested, or rather Cherriessprinkles, her personnel, suggested that don't use a lot of flour. As you can see, we are not using a lot of flour. We're just using kidogo kidogo for rolling purposes. As you can see, we added some oil, and then we spread it out all across the flattened dough, and then we split it with a knife into parts. As you can see, she's folding it, and then she just rolls it round. All right, this creates an effect of a layered of something layered. Amani, a layered chapati. You tend to see it as though the chapati is sort of spiral. So just do this for all the portions, for all the 4 portions, or whatever amount of portions that you have. And do you see those beauties? Moment of silence again. Back to the chicken. Oh my lord. So some chicken masala. You can add whatever other spice that you require, but for us we just wanted little spicing, and then just let it simmer. You can add more water if you'd like. As you can see here, they're using very little flour to roll. You see, they advised that if you roll using too much flour, the pan will get dirty, and the chapos will, the chapos, you see those brown dots will become black. That is if you use a lot of flour. And as you can see, the chapatis are looking amazing. I mean, Cherriessprinkles team outdid themselves here for sure. And we are done. And that is the chicken. Let me tell you, it was so tasty. And yes, that is actually a leg. These guys are Luyas, so Waluya wanakulaga kila kitu hadi kichwa. Luyas eat everything. Oh damn. Anyway. Oh yes, so we also did some cabbage, and as you can see, just the food was looking amazing. It was just as tasty. Ilikuwa tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana. Yes, courtesy of Cherriessprinkles. I would just like to thank you guys for tuning in and for watching this video. It has been a pleasure to always create these videos for you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment down below. And stay tuned for the cake recipe. That is the dessert. Today we were just doing the main course. This is a carrot cake, and it was so tasty. So just wait for it. Thanks so much again, and don't forget to follow Cherriessprinkles on Instagram. Order your cakes from them. They have the most amazing cakes, that is for sure. Bye guys, and kisses to all of you and your families. Mwah.